Your Excellencies, friends and partners of the Fiery Canoe Foundation, 350 Pacific Climate Warriors, and of course to the wonderful organizers of this event. Ni Sambula Vinaka, or Kamnapen ni Meoti. My name is Ray Bentes, and I am a social worker by profession, currently doing some work in Fiji with the Banaban communities of Rambi. For over 10 years, I have been a youth representative at the Pacific Youth Council based in Suva, working on climate change with particular focus on climate mobility in the Pacific. With focus on climate mobility, my interest lies in policy and legislations that concerns young people when it comes to displacement resulting from climate-induced disasters. And I guess as a young person, uh, you know, choosing to stay at home is the best option. Hence, building the resilience of our communities is very important, despite the fact that countries that are polluting the world are not ambitious to ensure that the Earth's temperature remains at 1.5 degrees Celsius. And for these very reasons, I've been advocating about options and options for young people, either to stay in place or to be guaranteed a minimum standard of protection when they choose to leave home, and to be given a freedom and option to always return home when they want to. And so, for this very reason, I have spent 2 years now capturing the stories of our people on Rambi, the Banabans who were forcefully relocated from Banabe in Kiribati to Rambi, which is 2,000 kilometers apart, because their homes were mined for over 80 years, resulting in the environment degradation, making it inhabitable. And I've spent a lot of time researching with these communities, because here is a community that I grew up in, that although I have migrated back to Kiribati and returned after living and studying for over 10 years, the circumstances and the situation on the island has not changed at all. On Rambi right now, the number one issue is water. Water has not been treated for over 77 years when the Banabans, made Rambi their home, and we're still drinking from brownish water. Many communities are still disconnected to the water system, and so that has become, the biggest challenge on the island when it comes to, domestic use, because they could not access good water, clean water for their households. And so, with the condition of the water right now on Rambi, there has been a lot of diseases on the island, and some common one is diarrhea, scabies, and in some of the remote outback communities, they do not have access to clean water. The Rambi Health Center on Rambi is not fully equipped, and so we still send pregnant women and the sickly across to Savu, which is about 80 kilometers away from Rambi, and it involves a lot of traveling, crossing in the sea, as well as traveling on the gravel road to Savu. And most of our people, most of them have lost their lives as the result of having to be referred to Savu, because the health center does not have the the resources to look after the sickly, especially with pregnancy, deliveries, and of course with other very urgent health issues. The Banabans learned that the only way to sustain their livelihoods was through agriculture. And so cover planting is very huge on Rambi. With the increase in unemployment, dropouts from school, increase in teenage marriages, a lot of young people are now engaging the agriculture sector to sustain their livelihoods. And so as the result of the unstable governance and government on Rambi through, the Rambi Council of Leaders body, we have just exhausted the natural resources, as well as we've deforested most of the land areas that were, supposed to be reserved, supposed to be water reserved. Most of that has been deforested because enforcement is poor, and because, of course, people have to plant in order to generate income. And so the conservation laws is becoming the biggest issue on Rambi, because we really need to have a lot of community education to educate our people on the importance of human interaction with the environment. And this is the case for the Banabans because, of course, when they were on Banaba, agriculture wasn't, agriculture is now a new thing on Rambi. Otherwise, it has always been the sea. So on Rambi, since last year, we've published several reports. One is the Rambi Island Water and Sanitation Report, which compiles latest baseline information on the water and sanitation on the island. We've also written several projects. We've helped the Banaban Women Organization with their strategic plan, and we are also working with a lot of volunteers to support the improvement of policy and legislations on child protection, domestic violence, substance abuse, and we are also working with the Rambi Youth Association on the island to also help the youth with securing employment, and also working on other youth issues that is impacting the island right now. That is the work that we've done so far, and we have been very fortunate to have young people like Kia, who have the vision and the aspiration to connect with our issues on the islands on Rambi and on Barnaba. I think with the work that the Fiery Canoe Foundation is doing, it is very important, because we need to reconnect with home to help our people, and we know that because Rambi is very disadvantaged in a way that it's positioned to be a minority group within a bigger community in Fiji. We can always, all the time, we are always the last. So we really need to work to be visible with our work, and I think it's the Banabans themselves that need to really be visible in terms of how can our communities help their own communities. And I think this way we can promote a lot of the work that we're doing. And so we're just thankful that we thank everyone who are here for their support. We have so much to do on the island, on Rambi and on Barnaba. And it's such an honor to be able to share some of the things that I'm doing on Rambi at this present time. Kampasin Rapa, all the very best to everyone, and I thank you all. Te Mauri, te Roi, o te Tapamoa.